Um, right now, I'm gonna talk about free will and spirit. Okay, a lot of you guys have your own interpretation of what God's will is, and what spirit is. But I'm gonna give you my perspective on what it is. Okay, to me personally, what free will means, that means you have the choice to be willing to do anything with your spirit. Okay, now spirit is on the present. Now, when I say it's on the present, that means it's everywhere. It's inside the air that we breathe. It's also known as ether. Okay? This air that we breathe is gas. Okay? And literally, when you gain this concept, you have to understand that when spirit leaves the body is no longer mobile. Okay? The body is not interested in itself. It doesn't have any ambitions. It doesn't move. It doesn't do any of those things. Okay. Now, spirit is literally who we are. Now, think about it. You know, there's this atmosphere out here. It's everywhere. Okay. And if spirit's everywhere, that means we're definitely from the same source. We just have different bodies. We have different makeups. And that's all comes from our genetics, but I'm not going to touch on that topic. Okay? So if spirit is everywhere and we come from the same source, that means we have the free will to do as we please with our energy, with our spirit. The spirit can either be destructive or it could be constructive, but it's from the same source. Okay? Now, dealing with free will, you have to understand that it has a lot to do with your character and your conduct. Because if the conduct of the person is more on a negative nature, of course, they're destructive. If the conduct of the person is positive, they're constructive. So we all have the free will to do as we please with our spirit, which is fine. But at the same time, whatever we do to ourselves and others, or matter of fact, whatever we think, do, and say to others, we do to ourselves. Okay, so if we're using our will to create a better place for humanity, you know, we're coming out, instead of being selfish, we're being selfless. We're actually helping and constructing, you know, society and humanity as a whole, you know. But if we are willing to be deceitful and, you know, doing all of these things that hurt people intentionally, you know, that's, we're being destructive. Okay, and there's nothing as bad as a person who knows better but decides to use their energy to destroy themselves and someone else's life. Okay, you gotta have some type of principles and morals for yourself. Okay, you gotta have respect for other people. And to me, that means acknowledging a person's right to make choices, hold views, and take actions based on their personal values and belief. All right, and after you respect people, you gotta have some type of sense of justice. All right, to treat others equally and distribute benefits and them burdens fairly, because you don't want to be doing all this stuff by yourself. Now, along with both of those things, I like to call non-maleficence. Okay, and that's the obligation to not inflict harm intentionally within the reason to the principle of respect. Okay, because some people, I can say, it's about being positive in a sense, but if someone's out there disrespecting you, of course, sometimes you got to take matters into your own hands, especially if it's threatening. Okay, and last but not least, how I like to add it, you know, it's called beneficence. It's called providing the benefits with people and contributing to their welfare. You know, and that's really like refers to like the action done for the benefit of others. You know, you're doing good. Okay, you know, if you base your life off of those four little small little principles, you bring value to yourself and you bring value to your environment. Okay, because willpower is a divine energy. Okay, it's so divine. If an opportunity, you miss an opportunity, your willpower is there to open up 100 more for you. Okay, you just have to be open for those higher possibilities to happen. Okay, but higher possibilities will not be open to those who are destructive. Okay, you have to be constructive in your makeup. Okay, willpower is nothing to play with. Okay, because there's a lot of us that use our willpower to procrastinate. You know, we use our willpower to deceit and steal and lie to people. You know, it's coming out of fear. Okay? You're not loving yourself. You don't have respect for yourself. So, of course, you could go out and destroy someone else's life based on your selfish attitudes. Okay? But free will, willpower, spirit, understand that God's will, yeah, it may have something to do with your purpose, but God's will, God's willpower, if you get the picture, you start to understand that spirit, in essence, is God. So, if spirit is God, what does that make us? Think about it.